Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Act 3. As always, we are so delighted that you've joined us. I gotta say, today's episode is gonna be a little bit of, as usual, all kinds of good stuff. But there's a couple things I want to touch base on right away. First and foremost, I want to welcome back our dear friend Todd Jones, who's filming this right now. He's behind on the other side. Yay, welcome back, Todd. I know our audience missed your expertise. We certainly did. Thank you so much for coming back and being part of our family as always. And the other side that I want to talk about today is that on today's show, we have some wonderful teachings that I'm so excited to share with you. We have a guest on who's going to be our very first non-binary person on the Act 3, so we're kind of excited about that. We also are going to talk about something that's really important regarding elder abuse. Now, elder abuse, as long as we know about it, can be something quite great. And I get to talk to two of my friends who I'm going to talk to in here just a moment. But we've also got some wonderful things happening with the Coco Cafe, with Teresa, Ostman, with Rita, Innamorati. There's just a whole whack of fabulousness on this episode. So thanks for tuning in. Grab yourself a beverage. Let's get started right now, shall we?
I'm sitting on the edge of love and happiness. Never experienced such a moment as this. So if you got that good feeling in your body and you want to bring this moment to life, come with me, we'll hit the town. Let's go right now and live the life. I just want to shine like the sky up like a sunset, living with no regrets. I just want to shine.
Well, normally someone else is in this spot doing the first interview, and so I'm just going to go thank myself right off the start and say welcome again to the program. We're glad that you're here. Today, I am really, really delighted to have Jane Vinet, who is a very good friend to the program and many programs with Shaw, and Araby with us as well, Araby Wheatley. We're going to talk about the BC Critical Response Network. So, Jane, I know we always have so much to talk about. Let's get started. Tell us a little bit about what is it and what do you do?
Okay, so the BC Community Response Network is a network of agencies across British Columbia that brings groups of people together in community. It can be service providers, professionals, community members, to focus on creating a local response around adult neglect, abuse, and self-neglect.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that so many people find themselves in a situation where they're being abused. But many people also don't see themselves as being victims of abuse either. So how does the BC Community Response Network work as a collaborative to educate people about the importance of and signs of abuse?
Yeah. Well, we work with a lot of community members who work with people who you may think it's for elderly people, but it's not. It's anyone over the age of 19 who is vulnerable. And yes, we work with a lot of older community members. And it would be some of our partners who would bring it to light. So for example, caregivers in community, people working in the medical field, social workers, could be paramedics, firefighters. Like there's lots of ways for folks in community to get connected into a community response on behalf of the network. And we also create a lot of programs and we do education. So our job as response network coordinators is to bring this information to community so that people doing the work can actually support folks who might be experiencing abuse, neglect, or self-neglect.
And recently, there was a fantastic event that happened at the Bradley Centre in Oceanside. Araby, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with that and what was that all about?
So we were really excited to come and have you present a workshop about introduction to extreme clutter. We had no idea what the response would be, and we were thrilled to have such a great response. We had people reach out about neighbors, we had people come and learn about how they can help in community, and what we learned was that there's not a lot of resources in the Oceanside region. But getting together in rooms like that gives us the opportunity to identify these needs and then to come together through the BCCRN and work on action plans.
Action plans are really vital to be able to get the word out there. And there are various different levels of supports that the CRN can offer, which is really a wonderful thing. How can people reach out to the CRN? How can people get connected in Oceanside and throughout the province?
Well, our CRN in Oceanside is actually hosted through the Naut'sa Oceanside Wellness Network, which I happen to be the coordinator of as well. So people in Oceanside can go to the BCCRN website. BCCR, I believe it's probably underneath my name here right now. And you can also reach out on our Now Network website, www.nownetwork.ca. And Araby, do you have anything on your website?
We don't yet, but we will, because we're very excited to be partnering with the BCCRN, and we will be hosting more presentations and spreading more information throughout our community.
Well, it was a privilege for us to be together the other day. I'm so grateful that we could. I am very fortunate to be the regional mentor for the lower part of Vancouver Island, for the west side, Tofino, Ucluelet, Oceanside area, Parksville, Qualicum, and Nanaimo, of course. One last thing, because we are out of time for our meeting, but I do want to let people know that you can watch for the CRN to do something exciting on June the 15th for WEAD, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. And this year, the Nanaimo Bastion is going to be lit up in purple. Do keep your eyes open, and we'll see you for our next group of people that are coming up next. And I can't remember who I've got. I think it's Elspeth. Elspeth, it's over to you.
Thanks so much, Kathy. I am your host, Elspeth, and I am here with my guest, Liette Masse, the interim CEO of the Greater Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Liette.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's wonderful to have you here. So I think our viewers probably know, but just for those who might not be 100% sure, tell us a little bit about what the Chamber of Commerce is.
Well, we're a long-standing organization. We started in 1889
Wow.
in Greater Nanaimo. We have been around a long time. We're a membership-based organization that supports businesses through advocacy and policy, as well as developing community, connecting business to business or people to business.
Wonderful. That's amazing. It sounds, to a layperson like myself, it really sounds like you're creating a community with our businesses and really strengthening our community. That's wonderful.
That's definitely the idea, the plan.
Wonderful. So what we're here to talk about tonight is a manifestation of that community. I think everyone is very excited to know that there's an event coming up soon that is sponsored and hosted and led by the Chamber. Can you tell us a bit about it, Liette?
Of course. We are about to embark on our 7th Commercial Street Night Market.
Fantastic.
Yes, that has been running by the Greater Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce. And this year is presented by Coastal Community Credit Union.
Wonderful.
We have well over 150 vendors booked to come every Thursday to make our downtown come alive and be vibrant and walkable and community oriented. It's a great opportunity for our businesses to showcase themselves.
It's wonderful. You know, I think it's an event that all of us in Nanaimo look forward to every year. And each year it seems to get better and better with more vendors, more space, more food trucks, my favorite.
Yes, we've spilled out off of Commercial Street because we have so much interest, which is great.
Yeah.
We'll be down Bastion Street, Wharf Street, throughout Diana Krall Plaza. Yeah, everyone should come.
Absolutely. Well,
Family-friendly event.
it is a family-friendly event, and it's so much fun to be participating. Honestly, every time I go down there, I meet someone I know. It's fantastic.
It's also a way for community to connect, which we love.
Now, you were telling me a little bit before that there are some new features this year. Do you want to tell us about those?
There is. We are adding a new Around the World tent.
Fantastic.
So that will, show off the diversity of our city. We will have various organizations coming to show us their dance, their culture, their food, sell some of their wares, but there will be a different featured group each week in that Around the World tent.
That is exciting. I know that many, many people are going to want to come just for that.
Absolutely.
Now, there's a few groups of people that are going to want to know specific things about the event. Now, you said to me before that I was going to ask about local businesses, but I think you've said that you're completely booked with all of the vendors for this year.
We are booked and do have a wait list. So we are thankful that we do have a full, as I said, over 150 vendors, including food trucks, that will be there every Thursday, starting June 18th, every Thursday until August 27th.
Fantastic. And so that was going to be my second question, and you've answered it. Participants, when they're supposed to come. So from June 18th, starting at what time?
5 p.m. until 9 p.m.
5 till 9. Awesome.
Every Thursday.
And then there was a little side note as well that you're still looking for some volunteers.
Yes.
So if people want to volunteer to be part of the night market, how do they get hold of you?
Well, they can call the Greater Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce office. And we do have on the screen there Rinny's contact.
Fantastic.
Rinny is our event coordinator, and she will definitely take your name, and we will connect with you to get you set up to be a part of the downtown event of the year of the summer.
I think it is. And the downtown and community event of the summer. It's such a wonderful connector. So we only have a couple of moments left, but if you wanted to give one message, I know we've talked about community, and I think you and I have talked in advance as well about how building of community is so important for Nanaimo. But if you had one message to give about the night market, what would it be?
Well, I'd have to say it's not just a market, it's what makes community be its best, and it's Nanaimo's best. So we would love to see you down there every Thursday.
I think you're going to see all of our viewers very soon. Thank you so much, Liette. It's been
Thanks
such a
for
pleasure.
having me.
Over to you, Jeremy.
Thanks, Elspeth. I've heard of biology, I've heard of cosmetology, I've even been thinking about archaeology a lot lately. But a new word for me is queerology. My guest today is Sean Lee, and we're going to talk to Sean about queerology and lots of other things. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. It's a pleasure being here.
Sean, tell me about queerology and how you wrote your book.
Well, I kind of inadvertently coined the term queerology, and it's like the study of queerness. It's undertaking what queer culture is all about versus just a community. We're a culture. So.
Sure. Sean, a lot of our viewers might not be familiar with the way you're using the term queer, and they might be worried that you're trying to insult me or something. Can you help our audience understand how you're using the word queer if they haven't heard it used this way before?
Sure. Excellent question. There's a lot of history behind our words and our symbolism, our language. Queer's actually been readapted, sort of reclaimed as of recently, and it's an umbrella term to sort of talk a little bit more broadly on the rainbow team or the rainbow family. Might be another way of putting it as well. The term gay is sort of now reserved mainly for just men loving men. So we've adopted back into the word queer
To be more inclusive, to invite more people in the community into the expression, right?
Well, if you can't say 2S LGBTQAI+, then the word queer is perfect.
I've certainly heard folks criticize the number of letters that we're using, and we're here to talk about the good work you're doing today, not politics. But it's so important to remember this is just people using language to be as kind and as progressive as they can in a given moment, right? So tell me what you're doing with this theory of queerology that you've developed.
The study of queer culture, yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, people often refer to us as a community or people, which is loosely bound, not a cohesive group of people. And as you mentioned, the numbers and letters, and we can tend to add some more to that, and more the better, I think. Really what it is, we're adding people of marginalized communities into the inclusion groups. So I personally like to say the pluses for the allies. I like to reserve that one for the allies. So, but the study of queer culture, I mean, we date back thousands of years. The history's documented. What I'd like to do is sort of modernize it and take the questions out of it. So that's where I'm starting from.
Sure. As an author, advocate, activist, How are you using this new idea of thinking about it in the community? How can we at the community access some of the ideas that you're having?
Well, I just launched a book called Queerology 101, How to Be a Rainbow Ally. I thought that was a first and foremost topic that people would want to be interested in. And it's about bridging mainstream culture with queer culture. So the book's out. I have a website as well, but I have a lot of fun online with videos. So I do interviewing like this, but no editing, no, just my phone, and real live conversations with real people. So that's another medium that I use.
Well, I've got news. This is an unedited interview today too. So we're super glad that you're comfortable in this setting. I certainly caught some of your videos. If I was running an organization or if I had a community group, are you able to come and speak on some of the ideas that you have and some of the ways of thinking about gender and how we move?
Yes, as an inclusion consultant, or I like to call myself a queerologist, another new coined term, I would go into communities, into organizations, even individuals, to help them start the conversations. And it's really about being aware that there is some differences. And my job is to break down those barriers.
We are running out of time, and we didn't even get to the fact that your pronouns are they, them, and mine are he, him. But I think it's so important to underline that that's not necessarily what your presentation is all about. So I love the idea that you're doing one-on-ones, you do group settings, you're available for corporate or nonprofit settings. And it's been really delightful to be with you and to have you share so generously with us. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
We're going to send it over to you, Kathy, and I hear you got a couple of troublemakers over there.
Thank you, Jeremy. I couldn't be happier than to be with these two wild children. They're so amazing and so fantastic, and I'm so grateful that they're such a big part of this team. Teresa Ostman, Wellness News, you have been doing some incredible stuff. And just before we talk about it, Rita and Innamorati, you were volunteering in Nanaimo and you got some really groovy stuff. So I figured, what the heck, let's just have a little chat.
Yeah.
Teresa, what's cooking?
Oh, Kathy, something's always cooking.
I know.
Yeah, well, the next great thing that's coming down the pike is I am working with Volunteer Cowichan on the Aging Well Expo happening on May 27th. Yeah. So
I'm taking a breath on that because I think that we all need to age well.
Yeah,
and there are so many great programs out there and so many great services for us to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And I'm so happy to be able to work with Volunteer Cowichan on this project because they are our community partner for Wellness News in Cowichan Valley. So to be able to help them with putting on this event, we've got 45 plus exhibitors, got presentations on fraud prevention, on living with the extreme heat that's probably coming this summer. There's activities like chair yoga and different brain activities. So it's a really great opportunity for people to come out, and it's called Aging Well. So some people say, well, that's the seniors. Well, it is seniors, but it's everybody because we're all aging. We're all aging.
We're all aging. And what a great segue, right? In the fact that you have Volunteer Cowichan and we have Volunteer Nanaimo. And so I'm super, super glad. And before we talk about Volunteer Nanaimo, I just want to take a quick second because a lot of people go into the coffee shops and go into all these wonderful places and they find your news bulletin. And so can you just share with us a quick thing about that?
Yeah, so the Wellness News, it's all about health and wellness. And there's articles and advertisers and people that have products and services for healthy aging in the Wellness News. And you can find things that you might not know about. It started way back almost 10 years ago when my sister and I were looking for help for our parents so that they weren't popping pills for everything because one thing caused another, that caused something else. And so this is all about alternative things that you can do, anything from pharmacy to energy healing and everything in between. And it's just great information on health and wellness.
Absolutely amazing. One of the things that I know we have to think about when we think about wellness is our hearts. And so that's my segue to the Red Heart Breakfast, which was put on in Nanaimo really recently. How did that go? That was pretty cool.
It was really a tremendous effort on behalf of a really terrific group of people. We had a really good turnout, so that was really good, and it gave us a chance to really talk about our platform, where we came from, and where we hope to go.
Yeah.
So I just hope that people left that particular event with really good feelings and positive feelings about Volunteer Nanaimo and where we are. We're coming up to our 50th year next year, so that's
so great.
So that's going to be pretty exciting. I wasn't there for all 50, of course.
No, you were not.
No, I was not.
But I'm sure at times you felt like
at times I do feel like
without a
it.
doubt. I mean, let's
But
be real.
Volunteer Nanaimo, we're always fundraising. So just if I can say, we have our youth have a couple of fundraisers happening in the next few months. So we have a bowling night coming up. So if you're interested in putting a team together and coming out to Splitsville and vying for our famous gold pin trophy. Last year Home Depot won, so I'm sure they would like a few legitimate challengers and a raffle. We also have the volunteer conference coming up at the end of this month. Please, go to the website, check it out. We have some amazing speakers coming out to talk about many different things, and just, check out the website or email me. I think that the email address is probably going to be shown under here and somewhere. And they're giving us the time, so we should go because,
And listen, what I think is really important is that I know that we talk a lot about fundraising and working together as a community, but it's the community that comes together when we need it the most. And so congratulations to both of you for the great work that you're doing. And now we're going to go talk about some food, and I'm starting to get hungry. And I think that Kevin has Coco Cafe on, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a snack.
Talk about trouble coming up.
Right?
Seriously.
Thank you very much, Kathy. I'm Kevin Wagner, and I'm joined by a familiar face. He is the executive director of Coco Cafe. He is a team member here with Act 3, and he's a fellow volunteer. Marc Taschereau, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We're doing kind of a State of the Union for Coco Cafe, a check-in, if you will. There's a lot of fun and exciting things going on for Coco Cafe. There often is, but you got to kind of few irons in the fire. Tell us a bit about what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's been a busy few years. We've grown a lot, and last year we launched into a partnership with Hello Ferries, and now we're actually looking at taking over the Airstream out front. They've been an amazing organization to work with, and it's an opportunity for us to not only expand our reach, but to get some of our team members out right in front of the public.
Yeah.
And so, we're really looking forward to that opportunity.
Yep.
It's going to provide more supported hours for us as well. So we're excited. We're trying to do a little fundraising around that because we have to, raise some funds to obviously, rent and everything that goes with running that operation.
Sure. It's not a small sort of undertaking, is it? There's a lot of moving parts to make something like that happen.
It's true, but, and I can't say enough about Hello Ferries and how accommodating and helpful they are through this process and trying to make this feasible for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And there's a service and organization that's part of the community. What better place for Coco Cafe to come and be front and center and be part of that as well? It's a neat opportunity.
Absolutely. And they're bringing in, I think it's 50,000 people a month come through there. So it's a lot. Yeah.
And talking about numbers and traffic, there is yet another separate project that could even boast larger numbers than that. Tell us what else you got going on.
Absolutely. So we've been working with the Nanaimo Airport for, it's getting close to 2 years now of putting a cafe in the departure lounge.
Right.
And again, an amazing organization. They've been super accommodating, super helpful. We've gone through a bunch of design work now, and it's getting pretty close to getting boots to the ground and getting something in there.
Yeah. Another example, not a small undertaking by any means. I guess you're moving into an airport that is logistically a challenge, I suspect.
Absolutely. There's a lot of challenges. They're super great to work with. Super fantastic organization. And what a great opportunity, because again, this is, so many more supported hours, so many new opportunities for our team, new skills for them to learn.
Absolutely.
For such a small community, I think we did about 8,000 supported hours last year.
Right.
And, we could easily be double, triple that in another year.
Yeah.
And so it's, the need is huge. as an organization, we want to expand. We want to be across BC and across Canada, and that's what we're working on right now, is getting into every community that we can.
Yeah, that's nice, because I think the people of the Mid-Island region, the Nanaimo, we all know Coco Cafe, but there's an opportunity for spreading that word and other people getting to know it as well.
This community has been absolutely amazing. There is nothing like this, and there's nothing like this that has had this kind of support from the community.
Sure enough.
And so Nanaimo and Cedar have been phenomenal.
That's so great. And I understand you're going to be part of a gala fundraiser that we're starting to hear a lot of things about here at Act 3 in September. Glitter 2026 is something that's coming our way, and Coco Cafe is going to be playing a part in that. Tell us a bit about that part.
I am so excited about this.
Yeah.
Glitter is going to be such an amazing event. And we're gonna have team members up there on the runway modeling.
Yeah.
And I think this is gonna be so cool. I know it's gonna be amazing and fun for them, but I think everybody's gonna enjoy what this sort of brings to such an amazing event, right?
They're putting together such a great program, and so
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's absolutely crazy. I keep seeing the people who are going to be part of this, and I'm just like, I'm blown away. I'm trying to think of the last time Nanaimo had something that was this stellar.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. The benefit to the community. I think it's great that Coco Cafe is going to be part of that in that program. So thank you for sharing that. I think glitter is something to look forward to. Hearing about that, it just adds to it. So I'm going to encourage our viewers to check out Glitter 2026. That event is available to get some information on online, social media, Coco Cafe as well. Marc, thank you so much for joining us.
If I can add?
Yeah, go.
If you're interested in helping to support us in either of those causes, you can donate at cococafe.ca, and you can choose whether you want to support the Hello Ferries project, the YCD Airport project, or just in general.
That sounds great. Thanks again, Marc.
Thank you.
We're going to throw it back now to Kathy.
Well, as always, I hope you enjoyed our program. You know, we try really hard to bring you a variety of things, and we also try really hard to share little bits of information that will get you thinking. And I hope that Queerology was something that you found interesting and that you'll follow up with Sean about it. And I also hope that you'll follow up with the BCCRN. You'll grab a newspaper that you'll find in all kinds of places for wellness news with Teresa. You'll remain, dedicated to Volunteer Nanaimo and all the crazy and wonderful things that they do, and that you will definitely check out Coco Cafe. Our guests tonight have been phenomenal, but I also want to introduce you to something that is not necessarily local, but is global. A dear friend of mine that I went to high school with, her name was Belvir Rai, and she had an incredibly beautiful family. And her son was about, I want to say he was in his 30s, when he suddenly passed away. He was working in Bali, and he was helping kids that really were not getting the help and support that they needed. And so as a legacy to her son, Bali Tourism is putting together, or has put together, a place where you can find a GoFundMe page, which will be attached on our show, so that if you want to maybe help out, you can. The legacy and the spirit of bringing someone else up and sharing people that otherwise may not have chances or choices is so important to all of the work that we do in our community, no matter where you're bringing that community from or where you're from. And so I invite you to think about Act 3 when you're out and about doing your stuff. I hope that you will consider being part of it. And I do hope that if you have something interesting you want to share, that you'll reach out to me at act3mediaproductions@gmail.com. Or, our information is always on the bottom around the show. Check us out as well on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or wherever you enjoy your podcasts, because Act 3 is also on the radio. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us this time. And as always, have yourself an amazing time. We'll see you next time on Act 3.